And as far as like the Republicans have really, really been kind of tormenting the victims. And
that is Maria Farmer. She is an Epstein Ghislaine Maxwell victim / survivor who was the first person to report the pair for their sex child trafficking crimes way back in 1996. Hi, my name is Suri Crowe, and you are watching the MeidasTouch Network.
And then there's Maria Farmer. Unlike some of Epstein's other victims, Maria Farmer was 25 years old when she says Epstein assaulted her, though her younger sister, who also says she was abused by Epstein, was a minor. Maria Farmer was an employee of Jeffrey Epstein's at the time. She said that in 1996, she was at the estate of Victoria's Secret CEO Leslie Wexner with Epstein and Maxwell. She says that Epstein and Maxwell violently groped her until she fled the room and barricaded herself in another part of the building. And during her time in Epstein's orbit, Maria Farmer says she also encountered Donald Trump.
But no one in law enforcement took Maria's complaint seriously until years later in 2006, when the FBI showed up at Farmer's door and met with her and her little sister, Annie. So now that Pamela Jo Bondi's Deputy General, Todd Blanche, is meeting 2 days on the trot with convicted pedophile Ghislaine Maxwell, Maria Farmer says she feels like it is a kick in the gut to all of the victims and survivors of Maxwell and Epstein.
It's something I've been working on pretty much. I dedicated all of my youth to this. And so I'm doing it not just for me, but for the victims who are now deceased and the victims that are very much alive. And I want to get justice for all of them. I feel that for my little sister to have gone through what she went through and to have had to testify against Maxwell and then have to suffer. And there are others that I love very much who are suffering this right now about Maxwell. It's completely unacceptable. Why would Maxwell be given a voice when she is a convicted pedophile? And so when I told the federal government, I said, this really frightens me because I believe if they did this to us, they're doing it to everyone. And I see a lot of children coming in allegedly for Victoria's Secret modeling or for modeling for Katie Ford. You know, they had all these model scouts around them, Trump, all these people, and they were allegedly auditioning models. But for Victoria's Secret, the girls didn't have any breasts. I didn't understand. And so basically it's been very, an arduous journey. This is so damaging. And yes, I'm fighting 2 cancers. So I would like to be able to retire and have my FBI reports so that I can help bring accountability to everyone. It's not just me. I have the weight of all the young women on my shoulders right now.
And here is Maria's younger sister, Annie Farmer, speaking out on this situation.
Today, as you know, she met with the number 2 person at DOJ. What's your reaction to all this?
Yeah, I actually found out that information earlier today from a journalist. It's very disappointing that these things are happening behind closed doors without any input from the people that the government asked to come forward and speak against her in order to put her away. You know, there were so many young girls and women that were harmed by her. And I think not just, she didn't just procure girls and women for Epstein, but she herself participated in their abuse. I think that's an important thing for people to understand. And then she also, made threats. She made threats to my sister, to our family, when it was clear that my sister had reported her. And so, I think that to be told that suddenly she's being brought to the table as a potential source of information when she's previously been charged with perjury by the government is very confusing and unsettling.
And here's yet another. There are hundreds of them. Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein survivor, Teresa Helm.
Her getting these high profile meetings and being put back in the spotlight.
I'm hugely concerned about these discussions with Ghislaine Maxwell and what they may result. I first and foremost would adamantly state that her credibility is zero. She has previously been charged with perjury, so we already know that she's capable and willing and ready to lie under oath. So why would we grant her the opportunity to yet again raise her right hand, declare the truth and nothing but the truth, when the credibility, it's just not there. How can we listen to her? If she has so many important facts to state, if she has so many new items to share about individuals, why are they new?
Do you worry that Maxwell will be given some kind of leniency, maybe even a pardon? What would that mean to you?
I am concerned about that. And it would mean the complete crumbling of this justice system that should first and foremost stand for, fight for, and protect survivors. We all deserve a pathway to justice, and then we don't deserve to have it yet again robbed from us because so much has already been taken. It truly does seem, I should say, just an upside down world.
Well, sadly, the very fact that Donald Trump is in the White House is evidence that our justice system has failed in so many areas. And it appears that there is yet another crack forming in the Epstein, Maxwell, and possibly Trump case right now.
What else did Maxwell's attorney say?
Well, he said a lot. We wish we could be in and hear what was said in the actual meeting. This meeting was a lot shorter than it was yesterday, but this was a 2-day event. The highlight, though, it appears that her team wants a pardon. Watch.
We're going to take one day at a time. I know that's very cliche, but it's true because things are happening so quickly. We haven't spoken to the president or anybody about a pardon just yet. And listen, the president this morning said he had the power to do so. We hope he exercises that power in the right and just way.
And here is Trump weighing in on that exact topic right before taking off on his trip for Scotland.
A pardon or a commutation for Ghislaine Maxwell if
it's something I haven't thought about. It's really something recommended. It's something I'm allowed to do it, but it's something I have not thought about.
But you wouldn't rule it out, sir. Why has Mr. President?
I mean, he's so, for God's sakes, he pardoned 1,500 plus violent insurrectionist traitors. By the way, many of them have histories of pedophilia and child abuse on their records and have already been sent back to prison. He had no problem pardoning all of them. So why not add another pedophile, sex trafficker, child trafficker to the list? I mean, he doesn't have a conscience about it. It's not going to bother him. But as Fox and Newsmax and the right-wing media ecosystem start to paint Ghislaine in a sympathetic light, heed Maria Farmer's incredibly chilling words.
Entire story of what occurred with Ghislaine Maxwell being a sexual predator and predating children. She used to say, I need to go get the nubiles at 3:00 because the children were getting out of school. And of course, I would ask to quit. And I said, what is this? And she said, no. They're just models for Victoria's Secret, Maria. Just calm down. So basically there was a lot of gaslighting that occurred. But
Todd Blanche, who is now the Deputy Attorney General, is meeting with Maxwell in jail today. And as you have referenced a couple of times here, so I just want to ask you more about it. She's been a little, and I started talking about this, lionized almost, like lifted up by some who are suggesting she could be a victim too, what is your reaction to that? What has been your reaction to that? Maria, let me ask you that. And then I wanted to ask you, Jennifer, just what your thoughts are on that meeting.
Right. So I've never met a more predatory, terrifying human being in my entire life. And neither had Virginia Giuffre, and neither has Annie or Anushka or many girls like Shantae Davies. There's hundreds of us that were preyed upon by Ghislaine Maxwell. She's a very dangerous person, and she threatened my life on many occasions. I've had to move and be in hiding because of this predatory child predator and just victim predator. So it's completely unacceptable for anyone to call her a victim. The woman is not a victim. She's a victimizer.
That's who these people are and were. When she said, it's time to go get the nubiles, pick the children up from school, like it freaking skeeves me out. The evil, the depravity of this woman and Epstein and everybody who was involved in their child sex trafficking ring. It's just horrific. These kids, These children had their innocence and their purity stolen from them, something that they will never get back the rest of their lives. You cannot get that back. It is the most evil thing. And, one other thing, if Donald Trump does pardon Ghislaine Maxwell, I think it is an obvious admission of his own complicity, guilt in this criminal enterprise, because why else would he pardon her when it was his own DOJ who tried her, convicted her, and put her away for the prison sentence that she's currently in his first term. I mean, it makes no sense. If he pardons her, it's because he is desperate to keep something very, very monstrous hidden from his base. And we know that his base, this is the one hill, like I said in my last take or whatever, that they are crashing out on. And it's not all the other 11 billion lies that he's told us, but this is the one topic that seems to be cracking the MAGA wall around Donald Trump. Anyway, that's what I got today. Please let me know what your thoughts are below. Please follow me on my socials, which are linked below. I will see you back here soon. Remember to be courageous, speak out, use your voice. And of course, we always want to do that peacefully.
The truth is more important than ever. Check out our new Truth Over Lies collection at store.MeidasTouch.com. All 100% USA union made.